right, before I go into the matter of Ethiopian, the little issues going on in Ethiopia and how it should be resolved. First, on that matter, I want to point out something, then I talk about the other one. I'll still revisit that of Ethiopia again. Number one, Ohaneze Ndị Igbo. The Ohaneze Ndị Igbo in Ethiopia, I've spoken to them, and I had to see how peace can reign amongst our people over there. Meanwhile, hold on, I have this important call to make. Just hold on here. It is important you be on this live broadcast. Yes, I'm on live section. All right. Okay, good morning all. To everyone listening to me, my followers and the general public, I have to up the music that I may say something. Over the night, a lot of people called me, though then I was busy with my studies and all that, because I have a lot. Above everything I do per day, inclusive of my business and every other thing. My studies are more important to me than every other thing. Number one is my studies. I don't want to toy with it. So people were calling me, a lot of people called me. A lot of people called me and they told me that Ogechi made a live video over the night and says that she was going to apologize to Miriam Justice, and every other person is an idiot, according to her. All right, that's very, very fine. It is good to apologize to people you offended. Nobody should be against that. I really, really appreciate that. Then, before I go further, I will say, Miriam Justice, if this lady apologizes to you, think deep. Look at the tone of the forgiveness, the tone of the person asking for forgiveness. Check your conscience very, very well. Then if there is need to forgive, kindly forgive and move on. The past few days, I refused to say something about this. Again, because on a certain day like that, the videos are there. I saw where they were making videos like this, and they were saying that Ogechi is in Nigeria. Those people who say that they will do this, they will do that, should come. Let's see. Jebak is alive. Many other persons are alive. So they asked for it, and they got what they asked for. They got what they asked for. And I woke up at night that day. I made my moves to Anambra State. And I did every of my thing to ensure I and everyone who came there with me I made sure that this lady was arrested. I said, Governor Ezioku, made sure. I repeat, I said I made sure she was arrested. Even if it's for a day, 2 days, 3 days before I put up call to Miriam Justice, I was the one who lifted my phone and informed the woman. And she came in. And already that we have petitions, that we have cases filed in various order, in fact. Let me put it that way. And the woman came in with the strength of the Interpol to take over the matter, as she already has different cases, of which I am not going to mention too deep about it here on this live section. At some point, I wanted to just ignore this lady now and move on to life. But you see, each time I wake up and people tell me that she made a video and still repeated that every other person does not matter. If you watch me, if you can tell yourself the gospel truth, I ignored this matter. Okay, you are blocked from this page now. Come and get out from here, you. So at some point, one got to be a man. You got to be of standard. I ignored the past few days. Just talk about my normal regime of doing things and all that. But to my greatest surprise, she came back again and made a video again. And still calling people. At the spot where you are asking for forgiveness from a particular person out of 100 you offended, and you are still saying others, this and that. She even insulted me on that live video. But let me tell you one thing that will happen. I pray Miriam Justice forgives you and stays clear so that another bigger picture will appear. Because many of you rant. I saw where the other Olodo who sells bitters was making noise that if not one, I was this and that. Oh, Miriam Justice has now turned to your sister today because there is need to plead for forgiveness from somewhere. But let me tell you one thing. The past Thursday, you have a court case. You didn't appear at the court. People like us ignored that matter. We ignored it to fuel it. Because that was need to just let you go so that you can go back to your children. The most important thing is your children. Now, I want you to realize one thing here. That woman decided to bet in everything they have is because you tampered their children. And every well-meaning thinking person will always, even at the corner where they wouldn't want to show you mercy, but when they remember your children, they should be able to consider that. Change is a thing of the mind. To err is human. But to forgive is divine. But at the same time, shall one watch you go astray? That's why I tell people, the advisors you have is the character you put up at the public. Now, before I make my videos and say things, know that I have think through, even if it's for 25 minutes. I will think through. Now, I am going to wake the unwakeable for you. This is my video, this is my face. And I'm telling you, within the ambit of the law, I repeat. Well, let me block somebody here. Your comment tells me if you will be here or if you will not be here. Now, I'm repeating this again. Is a video because Okwamari Bezia. I just pray Miriam Justice forgives you. Alright? But I want you to keep in record that if there is nothing Governor Ezekwel has done to you, I left Akwa Ibom and I came, entered Anambra, and made sure you were arrested before I started placing calls to people. But right now, I'm going to show you another mystery. So that you're going to learn. According to Very Dark Mind, say you're going to learn in a very hard way. This time, you are going to learn, I mean. You're going to learn something different. But it will be within the laws of Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's within that cycle. You're going to learn now. Because if I can have the courage to live where I was, and I came, to where you were, I was not afraid of the army. Of course, the army, the soldiers were there for Mwagwatahi, not for you. They were there because of Mwagwatahi and not because of you. Have the courage to walk down to army. I don't know, many of you, people easily forget. Have the courage to walk into the bush where armies came with some land grabbers in my village and I had to ask them to leave. I wasn't afraid of anything. Now, please, Miriam Justice. Please, ma. May God give you the strength to kindly forgive this lady. Then let her face the other people she said that they don't matter. That they are shit, according to her. At some point, I used to tell people, if you do me something, at all costs, I will not forgive and forget the same time. These two things I don't, because if I forgive you and forget, which means I may also become your victim the second time. If you comment rubbish here, I block you. Well, let me suspend this Ijoma. If I see you here next time, if I see your comment on this page, after the suspension, if you're just here, just take time and be watching. Any day you want me to deflect you out of this page, then you comment, whether good or bad. Now, dear Ogechi, this is the last video I will make. What you'll be seeing is actions according to the legal sectors. That's what you're going to be seeing. That's what you're going to be seeing right now. Before I talk, this is the step we're going to take. I will deposit 5 already ahead of you. That's what I'm going to do. So I want to see how the Interpol will scrape my case without my consent. That's what I want to see. I want to see how the Interpols are going to scrape my case against you without my consent. You will understand. You will understand that many of us understands better. You are cunningly apologizing to the woman, indirectly apologizing to the woman because you just want to have your papers and leave back to the United States. That is not going to happen. She can forgive you. That's good. That's fine. But I can tell you for free, for the last video you made, I am going to come in the mall. If you saw my strength just 1 minute, I am going to say people they look for you before. But I justice even place the million naira, right? For anybody who can bring your details. But I'm going to tell you, and when you have a flight to London, Nigeria, you do not know. That is what, even here, they may what abero. Man, I'm made to more fire, more OC. Ni teni da fanya. Ona boilo, or boil potagi to a bemchoro. Go and mark my wife somewhere. You'll be arrested. You'll be prosecuted. This face will come to persecute you. My words in the morning remains my words at night. Oh, that is not how to even ask for forgiveness. Actually, if you should apologize to anyone. Because what I see there, if you had apologized to the woman, please, guys, because I realized I have wonderful people who follows me, who listens to me, and I wouldn't want to do things that they may not like. The first day this whole thing happened, remember, I said I went to Akwa Ibom. I was in Akwa Ibom. And even when this lady came into the country, somebody like me, I wouldn't have taken any step. I wouldn't have done anything. But she made a video, and on that video she was saying, no. She didn't actually say things straight in the beginning. It was bloggers who were around her. They were saying that she's around, and many of these Ekuke bloggers were making videos, sharing, saying that she's now in Nigeria. Let's see that the heaven that will fall. Is this the best way to advise your friends? And I was watching all those videos. I left. If you watch me that night, I drove from where I was, and I came into Imo State. From Imo State, I proceeded without being glue of anything that moves by night. I was the one who called JPAC. Ask him, JPAC is alive. You know me, my word is 1-1. I called him and said, wherever you are right now, if you don't be a man tonight, then hell falls on you. But I'm going to tell you that the laws of Federal Republic of Nigeria is not owned by any individual. I'm going to teach you that the laws of this country was not made when you were born. The law has been there, but can't be amended. I would be able to let you know. But henceforth, anywhere you are, go and mark my word. I kept quiet because I thought I saw calmness. Now let me ask you, as somebody Moruchi, somebody with a sense. Let me ask you, as somebody with a sense. When we came for that arrest, and that lady said that she was in the hotel room and she saw us. Now, if you were a woman of substance, a woman of peace, the moment you saw that an arrest was about being carried out on you, and Governor Zuku was on that particular place, and you went to Facebook to write, that Governor Zuku and JPAC anywhere below face, that they came to arrest you with DSS. Now, somebody who has sense, what that person would have done, all of this mess wouldn't have come your way. All of this mess wouldn't have come your way if you had called one person there on the phone and said, nah, one name. Why all this? Someone like me will have conscience and either tell the police, please, let's go, we'll come back later. Two, let me make a point that you can't even imagine. There was a time while we tried to search the place, try to make sure we follow it calmly, and you get arrested. At some point, one go left, many other persons left the place, maybe as a means of placing a disguise so that everybody will think that you are not there again. I want you to ask yourself one question. Governor Zoku left. I walked out. No police. Nobody followed me. I walked out to somewhere. And I sat there. Upon while I sat there, even JPAC now will be afraid of hearing this. Many of them, Osuji, everybody will be afraid, will be surprised of hearing this from me. It was the last minute for me to leave. And personally, I left to where I will speak to the beginning and the end. And it was not up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes I'm pro. And we're there. Straight to that room. They won't help everybody there to that room. Nobody can testify. But let me tell you, it's a tip of knowledge I'm giving you. You are fighting with the invisibles. You are fighting with what you cannot. You can never remain the same. When Eddie Nog was there, he said he is Okaramad Okarammo. But there are things you will understand. Not now. Not just you. Not just you alone. But to everyone who derives pleasure in what you do, according to the level of support they have given. Money dries off their hands. They will realize. I went down on Abba, I went down on daytime, I went down on that, and I went down on that song. Everybody is not the same. But for that video you made over the night, you are going to face a different music that you will not understand. I repeat, it's not a threat. 2, you made allegations that some persons are planning to burn you. Some persons are planning. Then when there's a seed, nobody can do that. Nobody. These things are mere forgeries. You forge them up. You think you are too smart. Let me tell you one thing. The criminal only studies one side. But what makes a lawyer a perfect criminal is this. He or she studies criminology and how to dislodge a criminal. The police is intelligent, but they still need a lawyer service who understands the techniques of logic more than them. The church needs a lawyer. No matter how you preach the scripture, you need a lawyer. Somebody who is more cunning than everybody in that cycle. I want you to check all of them. Be sincere. All of you, be very, very sincere. Everyone who has got involved, go and check their lives. If they tell you what they go through, you'll even be surprised. But be patient. I used to tell people, Igbo onyi irogi. Oh man, all pains he homere. Buria. So the best about Ebukwalo onyi irogi. Even Bible said it. It said, let their enemies stay alive, that they may see what you become in future. Don't pray. Can anybody want? Si chuku no do sa hando. Ka hadin do for inhojo hamri. Let them stay alive and have a taste of the evil they have promoted. This is how life is. Now, at all costs, you can never be the same. You can never be the same. Never, not in this life. There are mysteries upon mysteries you don't understand. You begin to see many of them rain. I look at you and I laugh because okay, Miriam Justice should forgive you. Let me put myself aside because they said nothing is going to happen. I never knew that you could be arrested for at least 24 hours, not to talk of 48 hours going to 72 hours. And those so-called billionaires and Indian Gabasi could not get you out. Oh, let me also make a point to you that you don't really understand. Because I realize that many of you don't think straight. You have a billionaire around you, and you can still come online on the social media and tell people to contribute monies for you, that you need $1,000. And monies we are being contributed. So those billionaires could not tell you, please don't disgrace me. Have this money you need. Have you ever seen me put on my camera? I'm not a billionaire. But have you seen me put up my cameras on the internet and start begging people for money? Have you seen that before? Even when there are needs to reach out to people, I can comfortably do that on my own or within my cycle of my friends. That's how life is. Now, ordinarily, if you had come out and apologized to Miriam Justice. Nobody. Nobody. I repeat, nobody is qualified to decide for that woman and her husband, Alhaji Shehu. Nobody has the right to tell them what to do or where to stand. A lot of you contradict yourself minute by minute because you don't have sense. You don't think. You speak before you think. And that's very bad. So you're going to face a whole lot. That's the advice I'm giving to you. My wise are when I say it at all costs. This Saturday night and I couldn't sleep. I had to drive down, take the risk, face that lonely road, and we came there. The same.
My governor.
Yes, please. Who's joining me here? Can I know your name?
Okay. Oh, Fujineku.
You're welcome, brother.
Yeah. Good morning from here.
Good morning. This broadcast, I have more 20 minutes to go. Then I'll be able to talk about our people in Ethiopia.
Because
Okay. Hold on. The Ethiopian case will be treated in the evening. Everyone here, please. And those of you from Ethiopia, kindly wait the evening. So, Fuji, go ahead. You're welcome to this live broadcast.
Thank you. Before my Gani, when we na go, my machira agreement at the end, Uchukwa, Maragonde, yes, go ya kankwe.
Okay. Isini buma Chineke manduga dige gosi ya brother molendo kukweki chukwa
Maragonde, ya. Osakosa, Riano Gumagale, Okusi Riano. Kemanka, Emankozo. Do you know the worst thing that happened to Ogechi Kendeka? It's all these fools supporting atrocity nwanyị na-eme. Ka enwe ike ka ịfụ nwaanyị ka isie ya, ị na-agwa ya na ya abata na Nigeria na enwere ihe ya eme. Na sero zokwa na some certain person.
Your network is bad. The network dropped you. I pray you join back. But I tell you, whether we like it or not, trust me, chapters will be open for you. And at all costs, by the end of today, I'll withdraw officially from my business, from my studies, and many other things for now. Then I need a week. I need a week to look into this matter completely myself. Then let me see how your passport can be given back to you. The order to the American embassy will be withdrawn, right? The immigration order will be withdrawn, right? Because you apologized to Miriam Justice and at the same time insulted many others. I will understand you. This will be interpreted to me. So I'm going to stay out of business. Out of every other thing I do for some time.
My governor.
Go ahead, Fuji.
Okay. Now, some certain people are not on this woman or not apparent them madu. To the extent they go marry injustice. That an unable madu now a murderer. That call her anyway, she will prove it. No ne boomers, no ne kidnap womas. Nka wezu horia. Okpawa di uban na die no mo ya. Alimajeri. Na na-eji uncircumcised amu. Where they be was your tele. Na di ya mere nke adi ya me nke ọzọ. No mazi ya mekwere nke ụmụazị ya mere nke ọzọ. and you think you can, the woman will spare you a minute. And the thing she forgot to know is this: not only one case, even if the woman will forgive Ogechi, let's assume in Governor Ezio. Is it not the same Ogechi Okekenda that came out and said that Father Mbaka Kurundi Dibia 5 for work speak against Ebukobi? Then when one woman I got oil, or said the woman near be testify and Yahawashi. All those things have she forgot. Now let me tell you, Ogechi have a case with the federal government here in Abuja.
Don't worry, Ofuji. Let's not go there. Let's not open everything. We
Okay.
know.
Now to come to just to cut this thing short. So Ogechi, a woman like you can humble you this way. After all this, you're ranting. After all this thing, again, Alicia travel is sharing on social media. So at the end of the day, the same woman is saying, we're home blog this way. Ogechi, I couldn't believe it. So upon all the connection, all the sitting senators, all the president governor could not help you. That means you're just ranting. That means you're just deceiving the world.
Liars. When they were mentioning the governor of Imo State, no matter anything, imagine their level of exposure. A sitting governor,
and
a sitting governor, hey, it was an insult of the highest level. Imo light. For mentioning the name of their governor, no matter what the character of the governor of Imo State, does that warrant a rabbit digger to use his name?
And they are done.
Oh God. People,
People. Social media. A sitting governor. Ogwe mention on his name.
That day, I made that video. A live video. See, maybe people don't understand the value of a governor in Africa. So even in the US, can a governor interfere in such case? The answer is no.
Who is Ogechi for governor to interfere? Governor Ezoku. Who is she?
Man,
do you know the damage the team will tell to Ogechi?
And to some extent, they mention Soludo. Listen to me now. Ofuji, as I'm responding to you here now, I want to remind people something. Members of the Shanamite Court of Justice, a prophet is without honor in his own town. Please, members of my WhatsApp group, did you guys remember when I said to you that it wakes up one morning when Professor Charles Soludo will ban native doctors' activities, that it will start first from regulating them? This was what I said to my members. I even said it on live video like this. Now, I want to tell them, Ndedibia, do everything in Wikime to remove that governor. But I'm giving you my words that the man will win a second turn. Brother, if we are going against here, live video. Yeah. Today's date is what? Today's date is 27th.
27.
Now, I want you to go and write this thing somewhere. If Soludo wins second tenor and you don't witness where Caterpillar goes and put those shrine down, Nkoku after his tenor, bomb it full. The man got curtail that dirty activities. People don't believe the gospel truth. This thing will happen. So let me tell you, there's a particular native doctor who a major target due to his activities or any other DBS na problem. But some of us in the video now cause on now this one no follow. Before giving me certain things, you got to reason over it. How dare you tell somebody no calabash no go? And as such means you were busy extorting billions of naira from Ndibo. Now only one of my members on WhatsApp came back to remind me that this thing I didn't even respond to him. Now go and mark these ones I'm telling you right now. All of them involved, all of them who get involved to paddle this kind of evil. I am telling you na hammer and hammer on cause because nime more ejim hano guji hanofo. Then they were busy. When that day internet was so hot, it was the president that led them to kissing. People of so-called integrity and standard on camera. They were busy indirectly because these bullies, they don't have boundary, they don't have level. They don't have respect. They went as far as mentioning, or because now Governor Hope was on them, or Makana, Otoshi Dosomia. In 2003, as far back as 2003, Hope Aruchago law, where drone base, possibilities that a helicopter can land upon his house. Then many of us can homage. Around 1991 then, 1992, 1993, Hope has been there. If Hope had corrected the error of one particular thing, sending leadership to the people, he would have been qualified as one of the best. So, can you ever, how will you imagine when you see Dr. Alesoti or Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State, as well educated as he is? One rabbit league, but as an internet, when mention no intervene in support to bullying. How does it sound, Osuji? Can people interpret certain things to themselves? And somebody was mentioning senator. Are you trying to degrade our senators?
Mando according to her. Can you imagine?
What? And I was just laughing at that point because only a fool will believe that, in fact. Because I know what it is. Brother, you have a governor in your state. I want you to go and fill a form. See, write, the offices are there. Office of the Secretary to the State Government. Write that you want to have a one-on-one conversation with the governor. It is your right as a citizen. And it will be granted. But I can tell you for free that before it gets to your turn, before it gets to when you see the governor, it's going to take you a longer time. Except if there is somebody who knows him, whom he has given. I don't know if you've been to government house. If you like, come there as a federal house member. If you like, come there as a businessman, a billionaire, without your name being placed on the notice board. Notice board. Or times table. Without that, you don't go in. You know, no matter to ashi in the public, give one mezoku, give the level of their exposure. So a state governor ain't better time. Tiyono other big pressing issues make a state here. All these governors are not comfortable. If you want to doubt this thing, I'm telling you. Alesoti used to at least the more fresh before Yabro governor. Now Obu governor, as at yesterday, Nabia said Aragoza. As at yesterday, Apagarodo now, Aidosana Allah. The man Rugoru steady. He even came there himself. The man ain't no chance at all. President Goodluck Jonathan, you remember this thing I'm telling you. President Goodluck Jonathan, before he became president, he came into office as a young man. After 6 months, home with the gray hair. Ask anybody the observant.
Yes.
Home with the gray hair immediately. Buhari, before Buhari Abatan Ogechi, all of us are not to be stored in Ebu Buhari got abroad. We're not still in Buriaga, Mbobro. Sickness and pressure everywhere. So a governor will escape all these things. Do you know ordinarily, if Ota Zenko did now, after the burial of Zenko's mother, Zenko invitation onye we Latina, if he doesn't decline them, they are ready ni imi aka owo ogbonye.
You are right.
Pressure on him. Invitations everywhere. Even as a primary politician, invitations everywhere. People wants to have you in their event, even if you are not going to give them money. But forgetting that if you are coming, you are not coming alone. If you are coming with 6 men, you're going to spend money. Patrol, what's it called also? Air ticket and thereabouts. The logistics, hotels and all that. Because mostly, majority of our politicians stays in Abuja. Please lift up your phone as you are today. Even if you have Governor Hope Uzodinma's phone number. Well, let me check something. Let me check something. For the very first time, let me check something. I just want to show you example of something.
Governor number, don't show it online before they copy here.
See, to everyone watching me here, use your phone, call a state governor. Eba na phone. Or manga direct call. Or manga direct call. Or kwelu wala or manga direct call. Sometimes gaga before asagia. Mana iyo ne check the governor has his phone n'aka ya. Oji phone ya. Mana as calls are coming in because your number as a state governor they spread it within each change go the line in less than 24 hours. All spread they go across the world. So majority of them takes WhatsApp call. Even your senator, those who are close to senators, ask them. Many of them, their number does not go direct call. It is on WhatsApp. So you call the governor. He had, let's say, a governor had over 1,000 missed calls on his WhatsApp, and the one he responded to was that of Ogechi. As what? Are you a professor of medicine or thereabout? What? Okay, how you check it? What are they going to qualify you as? Or are you bringing in business that should grow the state GPD? Or are you bringing in investors? These people are so stacked that they don't reason like human beings. And their followers are so jeopardized in thinking. They don't have quality, they don't have level. Once people are blowing off lies, take your time, go and check. Even in the classrooms, we are taught that anything your teacher teaches, you go back home and work it out. Sometimes you realize that on Monday, children will appear in class and they begin to correct teachers that thing you taught us last week, there's an error in so place. Last time or last semester, the lecturer taught us like this. And I think this is right because I've gone to make my research over it. And others will decide not to go and verify it. Why are you going to keep quiet? You have every right to go and checkmate everything people tell you. People can lie. People can frame. People, you need to see these gangsters. So, brother, I don't want Ofuji. My message this morning is nobody should on a camera any further to challenge or tell them this is going to happen, this is going to happen. I speak all the words together in one folds. The message I am sending on behalf of everyone is this, both those offended and those not offended. From today, I'm going to withdraw from my business for the next 1 week. For the next 1 week. So, Ogechi, you are going to face, I believe the whole world, they have seen that some of us kept quiet and just watched you. And you came out over the night to rant again. I'm going to give you a little of my time again, just for a week or two. Then let us see how it goes. That the Interpol are searching for you. Let's see if I can fish you out. I want us to see if I can fish you out. How about nkịtị? Nwere ihe mere o ji gba nkịtị. So let's see how it goes. Miriam Justice, Madam, if there's need for you to withdraw, you withdraw. Oh no, before now, somebody said I went and called, that the woman came in and she's our backbone. Many of them were talking or saying how they managed to know the woman. This same woman you see here, during my elections, one day like that, this same woman called me and she gave my campaign team 500,000 naira. This Miriam Justice, you see here, gave us a 500,000 naira that time as a support, even when I didn't ask for it. Not just that alone. This woman kept calling, asking me how we are going. In fact, she was asking me if we need more things. And I saw the need not to put her under pressure. I said, don't worry. By the grace of God, we'll continue. And God saw us through that campaign, through the elections and all that. On her own, she did. A couple of times before now, before this black bird was arrested, that same woman calls, checks up on you, asks you how are you doing. One name, repa careful. So anyway, I don't even see her as a troublemaker, but the same way you pushed her to go extra miles, that's the extra mile. And the extra mile is what you're going to get right now. All right. So fans and viewers, let me get through my business of the day. I would come back. I would come back to this, not to this particular program. People from Ethiopia, I need you to be patient. How you doing, sir? So I will be able to deal with that. All right. Thank you. I think I've reached my destination for now. So I'll get back to you. Hopefully, I am back into this particular